subscribe. So this section is also dedicated for the NEET aspirant. So I know some of you guys may be going for the NEET examination to get tomorrow. So all the best for those students who are trying tomorrow and come back with the results, right? So let's see quickly the conceptual part of both botany and bio as we did yesterday. So as usual, we have few questions picked up, especially possible the questions that could be coming from your NEET for tomorrow. So let's see some of the questions quickly without wasting much of the time, right? So starting with the botany questions, let's see. Here the question states that modified green stem as A and modified green petiole as B, and they are asking about the region in the C. Okay, so we have to find what is A, what is B, and which region it belongs to, characteristic feature. So since they have mentioned it as a green stem, of course it is what? Yeah, it is, as you can see in the picture, it is, they are talking about the phylloclade, right? Phylloclade, and which is a unique feature of which plant? Xerophytes, that means the plants which can live in the dry conditions, right? So the character feature. So A we got quickly, and then the B, the green leaf or the modified green petiole. Petiole is generally the stem-like structure of which the leaf laminae is been sitting, right? So here they are mentioning that this petiole is turned into a leafy-like structure or a green petiole. So where the leafy-like appearance happen, and which you call it as what? You call this section as what? Yes, you call it as the phyllodes, right? So these are also again a modification of xerophytic condition, or you can say it as a arid condition, right? So your answer here is A, phylloclade, B, phyllodes in the arid condition, C. So your answer for the first question goes with the third one. No doubt, right? Quickly you can do it, isn't it? Okay. Moving on to the next. RNA interference is a gene regulation or silencing in eukaryote at which level? So before jumping into the question, let's see. You have your double-stranded DNA, isn't it? The double-stranded DNA undergo transcription, right, to form an intermediate molecule, that is your mRNA. And this intermediate molecule undergo translation in normal process to form what? A functional protein. But here what we do, we don't need this functional protein to be produced. So some regulation is made at which level? At the process moving from your transcription to translation. So specifically saying RNA interference mainly plays a role in the post transcriptional level, right? Very specifically saying. Let's look into the option. Of course, the option given is DNA replication, no. Possible translation, no. Splicing, no. It's somewhere near to your transcription or after transcription, right? So the best option or best answer from here is your answer third, that is transcription level. The which one is done? Regulation is being done on your mRNA so that no protein, functional protein will be formed. Which hormone is produced in the senescent tissue and ripened fruit in large amounts? Senescent tissue and ripened fruit, right? Of course, it is ethylene, the gaseous one. So, yes, answer is 2. A pteridophyte which is heterophylle, the pteridophyte given here, heterophylle is the Salvinia. So, answer is 2. Complete oxidation of pyruvic acid and subsequent addition of such hydrogen to the oxygen is being not by glycolysis, not by fermentation, or neither by Ling reaction. It is a part of aerobic respiration. So your answer goes with the third. In Whittaker classifications, Pyrogyra includes, of course, Pyrogyra is included in the kingdom Plantae. So answer is 1. Which enzyme catalyzes the wasteful oxygenation reaction in C3 plant? It is the rubisco. So your answer is 2. Given below is a two statement, one labeled as assertion and another as a reason. Assertion, let's see, the problem of classification becomes more complex on a while ascending from the species to kingdom. True. Reason, higher you go the category, greater is the difficulty in determining the relationship to the other taxa in the same level. So reason is also correct. So your answer here is, of course, the answer is 1, where reason and assertion is true and correct explanation, so 1. Which among the following is not the function of RNA in cellular? Transmission of genetic information. Yes, if you want your DNA to be turned into functional protein, you need an intermediate molecule, that is your mRNA, right? Intermediate is needed. So it helps for that. Catalysis of peptide bond formation. Yes, for protein synthesis, it is playing a role. It is playing a role for protein synthesis, right? Plays a structural role in ribosome formation. True. 20, 80 years, 70 years, it's playing a major role, acting as a storehouse of genetic information that mainly is being done by your DNA. So the best option incorrect about your RNA is, of course, your fourth one. Which is not regarding true regarding to your lack operon. Let's see. It is a prototype operon in bacteria coding for gene responsible for lactose metabolism. True said. It is a regulation of enzymes synthesized by the substrate. Correct. All three gene products of three structural genes are associated with lactose metabolism. True. Lactose operon regulation by repressor. It's a positive? No, it is a negative regulation, right? So here your answer 4 is the first answer that is not correct regarding your lack of prone. Castor and maize belongs to, of course, monoecious plants, cycas and papaya, dioecious. Hope you understood what is monoecious and dioecious, right? Monoecious, both sexes are on the same plant, and dioecious on the different plant. So, both, for example, male plant and female plant will be there in case of your dioecious. Mustard, okay, one more. See, Amphophilus and yucca are safe place for laying egg, and mustard and groundnut has been a dry fruit. Okay, so your option answer will be 1 is the correct one, right? Misher, F. Misher, named the DNA. He actually was able to find the DNA genetic material in the pus cells, and he found that to have acidic activity or acidic in nature, right? So he named it as something that is seen in the nucleus with acidic nature, so he named it as a New Zealand, and so your answer here is 3. Which tissue is commonly seen in the root and the stem of both dicot and monocot? Of course, it is the apical meristem. So, answer is 1. Explant, any part of the plant that has been capable to be put into the plant into the test tube and grown, that you call it as explant. Totipotency is a capacity to generate the whole plant from a single separate cell. Somoclones are genetically identical plants to the origin plant from where it is being grown, and somatic hybrids are the fusion of products of isolated protoplasts from the two different varieties of the plants, right? So best option here is, yes, it is 1. Release of molecular oxygen is observed in chloroplast during, yes, only during the non-cyclic electron transport. So your answer is 3rd. Read the following statement and pick the incorrect one. Number of ATP produced through that of the substrate level phosphorylation is doubled to that of the utilized glycolysis. Yes, 4 ATP is released, so it's correct only. Number of ATP utilized is twice in the reproductive phase, that of the regeneration phase of Calvin cycle. True. Number of PGA produced from the RUBP carboxylation in Calvin cycle is double to that of PGA. True, correct only. Number of ATP produced in oxidation of 1 NADPH in electron transportation is double. Wrong. So your answer here in correct statement is the 4th one. Prothallus, no doubt prothallus are the green independent gametophyte in the fern, right? So the answer is 2. All the process given below are water dependent except one. What is it? Pollination in Vacillaria, it is true, water is needed. Fertilization in Funaria needs water. Elongation if the cell in the root cell requires water, and seed production in Piscium doesn't require water. So the wrong statement here, except one that require water, is fourth one. So with that end, we have just quickly winded up with your botany section. Moving on to your zoology section. Let's see. Given below are the two statements. One is labeled as assertion and one is labeled as reason. Assertion. Oxygen can bind with hemoglobin in a reversible manner to form oxyhemoglobin. Correct, right? Each oxyhemoglobin can carry maximum of 6 molecules. False. It can carry only 4 molecules of oxygen. So here assertion is true but reason is false, right? So your answer option will be third one. The inner lining of arteries is composed of squamous epithelium, so it is called as inner tunica interna, right? Intima. So your answer is 1. Corpus luteum is only meant for which one? Progesterone synthesis. So answer is 4. Very quick, very easy. Saddle joint, of course, saddle joint goes between the carpal and the metacarpal of the thumb. Pivot joint between the axis and the atlas of your vertebrae. Gliding joint between your carpals, and hinge joint between the femur and tibia. So the option 1 is your answer, right? No doubt, it's direct from your NCRT. Reproduction takes place only by sexual means in where not cycle, not hydra, not spongilla, only in the Tenoplana. So your answer is 2, right? Which of the following statement is correct about hemophilia? Hemophilia is a quantitative property. Wrong. Qualitative. It is a sex-linked recessive disorder. True. It has been affected by individual of phenylpyruvate. No, they are talking about PKU. What is PKU? Phenylketonuria, right? So that's not related to it. It's not an autosomal dominant disease, and the possibility of female becoming hemophilic is extremely rare because it mostly female act as a carrier, right? So your B and E is only correct here. Answer is 2. In abdomen of the female cockroach, the pair of spermatheca where the sperm deposition happens is in the 6th segment. Okay, so your answer is 4. Given below are the two statements. One is labeled as assertion and one is reason. Assertion. Amniocentesis is a procedure used to test for the presence of certain genetic disorders such as Down syndrome, hemophilia. Correct? Reason. In amniocentesis, some of the amniotic fluid of developing fetus is taken to analyze the fetal cells and dissolve the substances in it. That is also true, and it's a correct explanation. So your answer is both assertion and reason are correct, and reason is correct explanation of assertion. So fourth is your correct answer. In cockroach, the ring of hepatic ceca is present in the junction between, yes, foregut as well as the midgut. So your answer is 1. dn by dt equal to rn. Do you remember the curve? It is an exponential curve, the J-shaped curve, right, which you studied in your organism population chapter. It depends upon both the abiotic as well as biotic factors, right? So intrinsic rate of natural resources. Therefore your answer for this question, dn by dt equal to rn when it is having intrinsic rate of natural, that means your abiotic and biotic factors are increasing. That means your option will be third one. Which hormone of the following stimulates RBC production? It is of course by the cortisol action. So your answer is 2. Select the group of vertebrates that are oviparous, undergo direct development. Direct development has been done in only aves, birds, right? Cyclostoma, echinoderm, all mammals, no false. So your answer is 2. The cerebral hemisphere is connected by a tract of nerve, yes, fiber, which you called it as corpus callosum. So answer is 1. Autonomic neural system. It has been transmission of impulses from the central nervous system to involuntary organ. Chemical synapses. Yes, it has been membrane of the pre and postsynaptic, which separated by the synaptic cleft, right? Somatic neural system. It is relays on impulses from central nervous system to skeletal muscle, and electrical, it is the region between pre and the postsynaptic neuron. So the option is 1. So answer 1. Who asserted that embryo never passes through the adult stage of the other animal? It is the Carol von Baer. So the answer is 1. Tubectomy, it is a surgical method. Lactation amenorrhea is a natural method. Walt is a barrier method, and intrauterine device is LNG20. So your option is 1 as your answer. Sorry. Repeated activation of muscle can lead to accumulation of lactic acid. It is a part of anaerobic breakdown of glycogen in them, right? So your answer should be third one. Select the correct set of Australian marsupials exhibiting adaptive radiation. Of course, it is Tasmanian tiger cat, Tasmanian wolf, and sugar glider, isn't it? So your answer is 2. Which of the following is now routinely used to detect HIV in suspected AIDS patient? You have studied this in your molecular diagnostic part, and where you see that AIDS patient detection nowadays we use PCR, not vital, not serum or urine, or not MRI. So the option answer for this question is 1. That's it, guys. A quick revision from both your botany and zoology. Hopefully you it was interesting for you all, and let's see more again coming up with a new section. So all the best for the tomorrow, the students who are taking part in your NEET examination. Bye. Take care.